So I know you've put in a lot of thought to your Thanksgiving dinner, but what about the sides? And I'm not talking about the stuffing and the cranberries. I'm talking about the vino.
There we go.
The vino, the best pairing. Now, I don't know if you know that my partner here, in addition to anchoring Good Day New York Daily, she is also learning to become a sommelier.
Learning is the key word, right?
This is a difficult thing because how many months do you have to do this?
Well, it's 22 weeks long. So it is a commitment, but if you like wine, and even if you love it, this is something that just opens your world up to so many new things. I kind of fell in love with wine when we went to Bordeaux last year, and this sent me on a journey of, all right, let's take this a bit more seriously. But today I brought to you guys some special people, Denise Barker and Dylan York. They are sommelier instructors with the Somm Society of America. They're going to be showing us some stuff that we're going to be needing to know when it comes to Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
But let's start with what it takes to become a sommelier. Watch this.
Sommeliers are professionals that are supposedly experts about knowing about beverage and wine.
Somms now have become the new rock stars in our industry.
Some of the most dedicated, obsessed people.
So there's this diploma called the Master Sommelier Diploma.
It's the highest achievement you can make in the world of wine.
Over 40 years, there's only been like 170 in the world.
In 2022, that number stands at just over 270. Master Sommelier, an almost impossible title to get with many levels to reach. But if you like or love wine, start from step 1, a sommelier course.
I joined this class because I've just been interested in wine kind of more recently. I spent some time in Italy over the pandemic where my wife and her family are very big wine drinkers. So learning about pairing wine with different meats and red pasta dishes has been really exciting.
I bartend in the Jersey Shore, and I'm here in New York City to learn more about wine and at the same time networking. Because, you know, when it comes to bartending and restaurant, New York is the place for that.
And for me,
so I just really love wine. So I'm challenging myself to take it more seriously. Cheers.
The class, once a week for 22 weeks at Sommelier Society of America in Midtown. This is where they've been producing sommeliers since 1954.
There's people from so many different career paths here in these classes. We've got architects, lawyers, ex-police officers, retired people who just have a wine cellar and don't know anything about what's downstairs, and then young kids and hipsters that are, you know, coming in from Williamsburg, different backgrounds, different walks of life, but they're all chilling and talking about wine and learning it together.
It is a big commitment, kind of like going back to school for wine.
We're all wine professionals here,
but with a massive final at the end.
We're doing educational for regions this week. We also do components of wine. We teach about the wine business. We also do advanced tasting techniques. So toward the end of the program, we'll be teaching people really how to taste, and that's blind tasting, which is a really fun party trick.
The easiest part about this class, meeting and making new friends.
Giving up one night a week to spend some time drinking wine with people you enjoy, what's a better way to spend a Tuesday? But also just to broaden your horizons and to be able to understand the things that you love even better just makes life a little more enjoyable.
Heck, maybe even a place to find a love interest.
The best way to meet quality women is through taking the wine.
We just finished our spring session this year, and all of them are great friends at the end of it. I mean, you're kind of going to battle together. You're studying really esoteric things that you may not have seen before, and toward the end, you're like really kind of a tribe together.
The course, not just for food and wine professionals.
Anybody working in the industry, not working in the industry.
You can take your knowledge of wine to many industries. You just got to start with a good glass of wine first.
It's like everyone's energized about wine, they're passionate about it. The education around this is fun for anybody. I mean, it opens up your world to travel, to different languages, to different culture, and all that through one bottle of wine.
All right, so I brought some people from class today, my instructors, Denise and Dylan. This is not for extra credit, okay? I'm not trying to, you know, get a passing grade here.
She's trying to move it along here.
But yeah. Dylan, tell us about the class a little bit, because I mean, people watching this are probably like, I'm so intrigued, I might want to join.
Excellent. No, thank you for having us. It's great to meet both of you, and good morning. Yeah, so the Sommelier School has been around since 1954. One of the first wine schools in the United States. We're the first. We've been certifying sommeliers since 1954. It's always been a very small group. It was actually started by a bunch of waiters from the 21 Club back in the day when all these great wines were coming into New York and no one really knew about them. And so these guys banded together and started wine education and educating all the other people.
So is it only for people who are going to work in the restaurant industry?
Originally, yeah, it was obviously a lot of people that were in the restaurant industry would take it, but now we've got architects, we have graphic designers. There's so many different ways into the wine world now.
TV news people.
Yeah.
Can I ask you how's she doing? Because for the last 3 weeks she's had a sinus infection. I just want to know. She have all these excuses in class.
You're doing great.
The sinus infection
is spot on, actually.
We'll see.
She's doing well. She sits right up front. She's very studious. She takes notes.
I take the notes. Well, let's see if this
student.
can help us because we're going to do some tasting today.
Okay, let's do
Dylan,
it.
we're starting off with the first one.
Absolutely.
And this is the cool thing I actually really learned in this class. There's a specific way to open up any kind of bubbly. And I thought you were supposed to
No, with the big noise.
Yeah, that's a no-go.
And watch this one be like warm and it goes all over me.
It has been in transport. No.
The cue is just a nice, let it out really, really slowly.
That's it.
I like
Just
the
a
pop,
little hit.
Dylan.
The pop's fine.
We
If
don't
you're at
want
home,
the pop.
just
It's
pop
too much
it.
of a mess.
Okay, so we're starting this out one first because it's pairing with, what are we doing this one with? Potatoes and green beans?
Yeah, actually the Thanksgiving Day dinner is full of so many flavors. We have sweet, we have savory, we have earthy. So we really want a wine that's very versatile, and when we start with bubbles, it's actually stimulates your palate. With a lot of
Interesting.
effervescence. Okay, so it makes you actually more hungry, right?
I like that.
So
I don't need to
starting
be any more hungry, Denise.
And plus, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere,
Okay,
right?
well,
Let's have some bubbles.
Are we supposed
Cheers.
to ask Miss Rosanna what we smell here? Or
Yes.
Let's see if she gets it right. If she gets one thing right.
What do you smell, Rosanna?
First thing that pops in your head.
First thing that pops in your head. You can't have a wrong answer. Lemon, lime, zest.
Rosanna, we got a limited time.
Lemon is great. Let's
Okay.
do lemon. Perfect. So lemon, lime, sparkling wines are great for so many versatile different types of foods. So it's a great way to, and plus everyone loves bubbles.
This is nice.
You
What
can't
kind
go wrong with
of
bubbles?
What kind of champagne is this?
This is actually a Riesling sect. So Riesling is one of the best wines for Thanksgiving Day dinner. It has screaming high acidity and a very beautiful mineral and citrus tones.
Give us an idea on the price.
So this is about $25. Not bad at all. You don't
All right,
have to go with
let's
champagne.
move on to the next little pairing that we got.
Perfect.
But not champagne.
It's not champagne.
Because it's sparkling wine. So
It's
that does not
sparkling
come from the
wine.
sparkling region of France. This is German.
Okay.
Yep.
So we empty our glass?
That's it. So
Okay.
the next thing we want to do, I know with dinner, a lot of people want to drink red wine, right? It just feels better to drink red. But the thing about turkey is it's so lean and can oftentimes be dried out with cooking techniques.
Yeah.
So we don't want dry red wine. We want just a medium, some lighter bodied red wine. And with that, we're going to try a Pinot Noir and also a Beaujolais. So this first is Pinot Noir from Oregon. Dylan, tell me about this wine.
So this is Alexana. This is a state Pinot Noir from the Dundee Hills of Oregon. So it's 100% Pinot Noir. Pinot from Oregon is grown in a cooler climate. So the good thing about this wine is going to really electrify your palate. It's got a lot of energy. Your mouth's going to water as soon as the wine hits your mouth. All that mouth-watering sensation is going to cut through all the butter and richness that makes all these dishes really
Dylan,
delicious.
you work with.
Yes, I'm the VP of Global Sales at Alexana Winery. So we have 55 acres under vine there.
But they're doing some really cool stuff. It's in the Willamette Valley. I should know this. I lived. Willamette. I don't know.
Willamette, and then cuss word that I can't say on TV.
This is good.
Yeah, it's fresh. It's making your mouth water. That's the sensation you want out of a
Take a
cool
look.
climate
Spit it out,
wine.
Rosanna. You can't. Don't drink the whole thing.
Okay,
Then that's
I
how
have
you end
to
up getting
say,
drunk on TV.
Are you
know
sure
we
you
have these-
really don't have to spit? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Who did this gorgeous
Yes, so this is
feast
actually
before our eyes?
This is Christine Cole. This is called Flawless. It's a curated events and catering down in Tribeca at 12 White Street. She does beautiful, beautiful events.
Okay, and then one more wine to taste. Come on,
one more wine.
One more wine.
Okay, what is this now?
So now we're going to move into a Gamay. This is the grape variety is called Gamay, and this is from the Beaujolais region. Denise, you can tell us about what's the difference between Beaujolais, like Beaujolais Nouveau and Cru Beaujolais.
Have you heard of Beaujolais Nouveau before?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, there's a party.
There's
in
like
Paris.
a time of the year where everybody's like, we got the Beaujolais Nouveau.
Exactly. That's
it's like a
actually
party.
happening now.
And you could get some of them for like $6.
That's correct.
But
So
this is not that.
No,
Okay.
this is called Beaujolais Cru.
Okay.
And it's Julianas, and it's a little bit darker fruit, a little bit more body. It's
beautiful.
And it's such a beautiful wine to have with your turkey.
Okay, I know you have a couple more to go, but where can people find out all the wines on this list if they want to pair it for Thanksgiving dinner?
Absolutely. So you can find all of these wines at wiredforwine.com. It's an online e-commerce retailer that ships nationwide.
Denise Barker, Dylan York, thank you so much for sharing. Does she get extra credit for today? I just want to know what we're dealing with here.
No, I just wanted to share wine
Not
with
fair
all
to
our
the
viewers.
rest of the people in that class.
Well, she has to be in class in like a few hours. So
Yeah,
I know. I got to go home and take a nap because I have class tonight.
No, that I'm teaching, mind you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
When we come back, Mike will have the forecast. I just want to know what happens now with the relation.